The following is a presentation of Comworld Media. The future of talk.
Your attention, please.
Here is a special and urgent message for you.
I am the greatest. Please remain calm.
Keep tuned to this station for further information and instruction.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
The Podgoats are on the air.
Yes, we are the world-famous Podgoats. I'm Phil Valentine.
And I'm Campbell Valentine.
Today we're talking
beauty.
Something I know nothing about, but I know it when I see it.
Yeah, exactly. And I can't wait to talk hot chicks with my dad. Isn't that great?
No, it goes much deeper than that.
And there have been a lot of strange beauty standards over the years.
Really? Well, we're going to get to some of those when we come back, right after this. We are the Podgoats. We're talking beauty.
Aye, that we are.
Oh, so beauty has changed over the years, hasn't it? I mean, what we consider beautiful.
Yeah, it changed dramatically.
You know, I remember back in the 40s and 50s, I got to talk real carefully here with the ladies, but I mean, you know, bigger bone ladies were in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm catching your vibe.
Yeah, what do they call them? Plus sizes were in. I mean, women were just a little bit
more voluptuous.
I was going to say chunkier, but that's a better word.
Good Lord.
That's a much better word, voluptuous. I like that.
Yeah, I can feel the eggshells in the studio right now. We're walking on them.
Well, it is tough, but I mean, you look back at what was considered beauty. Now, I will tell you this, too, before we get into all of this. I think that women judge beauty based on what other women think, not what men think.
Exactly. That is 100% true.
Yeah, because they don't really care what we think.
No.
They just care what their peers think. And it's changed over the years.
It has, and like you're saying with the 40s and 50s, 25,000 years ago, I'll give you this little quick blurb.
Mm-hmm.
It was attractive to be as large as you physically could be.
Really? Why was that? Because of the scarcity of food or what?
Yeah, everybody's gaunt. Everybody was starving to death. If you were some chunky woman, I hate to say that, but chunky woman, you were considered the most beautiful woman in your tribe.
Fat chicks are hot. Yeah.
Fat chicks were in. But before we get too far along, I want to give a definition of what beauty really is.
Okay. Well, whose definition is this?
Well, there are a lot of definitions, but I thought the most genuine ones would come from elementary school students.
Oh, how nice. So they asked them what they thought beauty was.
They did indeed, and here's some of the answers. Stella, age 6, says, it reminds me of nail polish and pretty stuff.
Oh.
Scarlett, also age 6, says, beauty is inside.
Wow, isn't that nice?
But totally wrong. Sorry, Scarlett.
Not
even close.
What was they? What was it they said? You remember? You don't remember Wanda on In Living Color, do you? Jamie Foxx actually dressed up as a woman and played this.
Oh my!
And they were talking about they were at this bar or they were at a restaurant or something, and they were having dinner. And Wanda gets up to leave, and the two guys are talking. He says, you know, she really is beautiful on the inside. And the guy says, somebody needs to turn her inside out.
Yikes,
oh, so what did these other little tykes have to say about beauty?
Most of them, when asked, who's the most beautiful person you know?
Let me guess, Mama.
Their parents.
Yes.
But an even bigger majority said their dog.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that's what they think is beautiful.
Yes, indeedy.
Well, that'll change. So...
And speaking of changing,
yes,
beauty standards do change over time.
Oh, I bet they do.
For example, in the 1920s in the United States, men wanted women who looked as boyish as possible.
Yeah, that was
you ever notice that?
The short hairstyles, you know, and the the little bangs in the front and all that. She's a bee's knees.
The cat's pajamas, see? She looks like my brother, see? Come on, man. Of course, in America, we see the 1950s, like you're talking about, the housewife, the dresses, the bow in the hair, the whole nine.
Oh, yeah.
And then it changes with the swinging 60s, baby.
Yes, with bikinis and things like that.
Yeah, and this was thin, long limbs, tall, willowy.
You know where that came from?
I haven't the slightest clue.
Twiggy.
Twiggy?
Yes, model named Twiggy. She was a British model, and she was skinny as a rail, and that's where the whole 60s svelte type thing,
okay.
you know.
Okay, when you first said that, I'll be honest with you, I was getting it mixed up with Gumby.
No.
And I was like, what? Lord.
Oh, no, not Gumby and Pokey. This is Twiggy there. Yeah, she was quite skinny. And she was the pace car for fashion. But you had Jackie Kennedy. She was very skinny, too. Somebody else who came off that era, too, and we haven't even mentioned as a beauty, Audrey Hepburn.
Yes.
Now, you're talking about skinny. You see the movies of her. She's skinny as a flippin' rail. There's good reason for that. During World War II, her family was cut off from supply lines. She was from Brussels, and they suffered from malnutrition. That afflicted her the rest of her life. I mean,
wow.
Yeah, she was one of those. She looked like a POW.
I did not know that.
Oh, yeah, and she never really regained. And so she remained that skinny for the rest of her days.
Well, that's a little dark, but moving on.
Yes.
The 1980s, the supermodel era.
The supermodel. Oh, you're talking about Cindy Crawford. I remember the first time I saw her, actually, I'm not in person, obviously, but when I saw her on a magazine in a grocery store.
Oh, I guarantee you were obsessed.
Well, I was. I mean, I went because of the mole.
Yeah.
That's how you could tell she was different long before she got famous. And so I'm checking out at a grocery store, and I see this woman on some glamour magazine or something like that, and she's got the mole. And I said, who in the heck is that? And then you started seeing her more and more and more. And then all of a sudden, boom, she takes off, and she's this big supermodel.
Yeah, holy moly.
Oh, yeah.
You not feeling that joke?
Oh, I get it. Okay, holy moly. See, okay. You caught me by surprise. Yeah. But here's what's funny, too. Recently, somebody mistook her for Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh, yikes-a-roni.
And I got to be honest with you, when you look at it, I mean, there is a similarity.
Oh, that is rough.
Makes you shudder, doesn't it?
And then in the 90s, we kind of got into what people call heroin chic.
Heroin chic, yes.
Yeah, which looks like you haven't slept in days and your bones are sticking out.
Pale skin and all that stuff.
Yeah, translucent skin.
Yeah. Not a good look as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and kind of androgynous going back to the 1920s a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't it? Glad we pulled out of that and got into the 2000s.
Well, the 2000s is actually the most diverse range of beauty standards we've had.
Really?
Yeah, and whether or not people kind of go overboard with it, I do think that's very nice because all women are beautiful in their own way.
Everything is beautiful. A little Ray Stevens there for you.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Hey, Ray, right. I'm sure he's listening.
But one big aspect of beauty is all of these beauty routines. The beauty industry today, I mean, it is ginormous.
Oh, there's no telling how much these folks rake in.
$200 billion industry.
Billion with a B.
Billion with a B.
Good, great. $200 billion in the beauty industry.
Between skincare, makeup, and then like plastic surgery and stuff.
Oh, yeah. And close behind, I'm sure, is diet products because people are trying, to lose weight and be, we have this unrealistic vision of what we should be. In order to get there, you'd have to stay in the gym like 5 hours a day and do all this other stuff. But people normally don't have that time. So beauty, as they say, is in the eye of the beholder.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Yeah.
But is it really?
Well, that's what they say.
Well, I got bad news for you.
Oh, really? It's not.
We always hear that beauty is so tied to culture.
It's culturally driven.
But it's not really. People can agree upon beautiful women.
So there's some traits, some attributes that are time-honored.
Yes, like face symmetry, and that's part of what alcohol does to you, is it subtly makes your brain less able to identify facial symmetry.
Or to care.
Or to care. But I want to tell you 10 of the most agreed upon beautiful women in the last 100 years. And I want you to give me a one-word reaction to each of them.
Okay. Well, we'll do that when we come back, right after this.
Yes, we are the Pod Goats, and we're talking beauty.
Yes, beauty is only skin deep, they say. How many of these sayings can I come up with?
I don't know. You're rolling them out, though.
Yeah.
And before we left, I was going to tell you 10 of the hottest women. Can I say hottest?
Sure, you can say hottest.
Is that cool anymore?
Yeah, well, yeah. I think so, but
10 of the smoking hottest women of the last 100 years.
And by whose standards are these? Who came up with these?
The scientist, of course, did.
Yeah, they know hot chicks, don't they? These scientists, yeah. Pushing their glasses back up on their noses. Boy, she's hot, but she'll never go out with me.
It's a combination of scientists and polling.
Okay, so we're going to do top 10 starting with the 10th.
In no particular order.
No particular order. And you want to get my reaction.
Yeah, one-word reaction.
All right, let me gird up here. All right, so this is completely off the cuff, folks. We have not rehearsed this. Do not try this at home. I
think they'll be able to tell that. That will be abundantly.
You're going to give me a name, and I'm going to give you my one-word reaction?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, let's go. I'm going to even close my eyes, so I'm not even distracted by anything. Go ahead.
So I can really imagine the woman.
It's
creepy.
All right. Go ahead.
Grace Kelly.
Graceful.
I wonder where you pulled that from. Sophia Loren.
Voluptuous.
Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's a hot take.
Yeah, sorry.
Bridget Bardot.
Boobs. I'm sorry. You said first thing that comes to my mind.
Hey, no editing required. Rita Hayworth.
Overrated.
Wow. Jane Mansfield.
Overrated.
Wow, part 2. Lauren Hutton.
Lips. No. Teeth. Doesn't she part her teeth in the middle?
You can't decide?
I think it's one of those. I think it's around the mouth. That's what I think of when I think of her, around the mouth.
Cindy Crawford.
Mole.
Mole.
I mean, a beautiful mole, but that's what I think of as mole.
Penelope Cruz.
Latina?
Okay.
Well, I'm thinking, hot Latina dance or something. Or do you say Latinx these days? I have no idea.
Natalie Portman.
Bald.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. V for Vendetta.
But she can get away with it, I think.
Yeah, I think Star Wars.
Yeah.
She plays Queen Padme Amidala in the Star Wars series.
Is she bald in that too?
No.
So what was she bald in? Why do I think of her as bald?
V for Vendetta.
That was when okay. And she was attractive as a bald woman, which is
She was kind of pulling it off.
Yeah, she did pull it off.
But who is your most beautiful woman to ever live?
Aside from my wife.
Yes, of course.
Okay, because we got to get that out of the way. We got to be Raquel Welch.
Yep, you've said it before, and I like that you stick to your guns on it.
Well, she's got the whole package. Now, I will tell you this, and this is sort of in the same realm, Angelina Jolie, but without all the tattoos.
You don't like the tattoos on Angelina?
No, I think it detracts. But, I think it's something in the lips, the sensuous look. I mean, she's got that, she and Raquel Welch both have that.
Didn't she have some blood oath with
Billy Bob Thornton?
Thornton?
My understanding, they wore a vial of each other's blood on a necklace around their neck.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, I know it. And I don't get it about Billy Bob Thornton, but if you've ever seen Goliath, which, by the way, the first season, excellent. Second season, really weird. And I didn't even want to go to the third season after seeing the second season. But my wife is going, there's just something so attractive about Billy Bob Thornton.
I know women say that all the time, and I don't understand.
Talking about beauty. Maybe we can do handsomeness as another podcast.
Yeah, and he always plays like a drunk who's mean as a striped snake.
Plays himself, yes.
Yeah, no kidding.
I actually interviewed him one time.
Really?
Yeah, he has a band. He likes to do music stuff, and they told me beforehand, don't talk to him about anything except for the band. And so I immediately went into Angelina Jolie. They're just begging me to ask him something else. Yeah, has nothing to do with beauty, but there you have it. So that's the top 10. If you had to pick somebody? Now I've picked Raquel Welch. Who would you pick as the most, aside from anybody that you know personally and that kind of stuff, who's maybe listening?
Are you implying you?
No.
Maybe sitting across from you and would get offended.
And has nice lips and, well, whatever. No, who would you pick?
This is a little bit of a stock answer, but it's Adriana Lima. She's a Victoria's Secret model.
Adriana Lima. Do you know her?
No, I would never shut up about it if I'd known it.
So this girl is a Victoria's Secret model.
Yeah, and you just gotta say, I mean, they're tough to top.
Yeah, they are tough to top. But they know how to pick them over there at Victoria's Secret, don't they?
No kidding. But beautiful women can be dangerous.
Oh, they can. Yeah, they have power over men. You ever get nervous being around a beautiful, or have you in the past, being around beautiful women?
Yeah, and there's actually a good reason for why you're nervous around beautiful women.
Because you're sucking in your stomach constantly, right?
Yeah, that's part of it.
What is it?
But it's because...
I think we talked about this in Attractions, if you want to go back to that episode.
We did indeed. We talked about it in detail.
Mm-hmm.
It's because in ancient times, it's hardwired into our DNA.
Oh, I remember this now. Yeah, the most beautiful woman belonged to the king, and
Belonged
you're
to the
afraid to even
king
look
or the
at her.
chief or whatever. And if you said something to her,
you could die.
yeah, catch a spear through the heart.
People die. Yeah, that's interesting.
So we're still afraid to approach them.
Yeah, I guess that's why.
But how about the way that we perceive beautiful people? Because beautiful women just get along better in life.
Oh, they do. Yeah, they always say blondes have more fun, but beautiful women just have it easier.
Yeah, and that's confirmed by science.
I can believe it is. And to make you ladies feel better about this, because I know all of you are beautiful if you're listening, but it's the same way with guys. I mean, handsome guys get doors. I mean, everything opens for them. And business, just everything. I mean, handsome guys they got it going on.
Is that how you climb to the top of radio?
That's why I'm in radio and not television. See, the handsome guys, they went off. We left broadcast school. Us ugly guys went to radio. The handsome guys went to television.
That is awful.
It's true.
Be that as it may,
Mm-hmm.
did you know that beautiful women make 5% more money than their less attractive counterparts?
I thought it'd be more than that, but 5%, huh?
Yeah, but
I'll give them 10% more right now.
Oh, my goodness. You're part of the problem.
I know, and I'm just playing.
But here's the flip side.
Mm-hmm.
Being too attractive actually hurts your chances of getting a job with a boss that's a woman.
I can believe that. Yes, because they don't like the competition.
Yeah, bingo. They're like, heck no, I'm not going to have you walking around here.
Here's something else, too. Really beautiful women, a lot of times, I mean, as we talk about the advantages, but sometimes they're not taken as seriously as those who are not as beautiful.
Yes, they're perceived to have a lower IQ,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
What?
Oh, my.
Is that true?
No, I mean, it's not true in actuality,
Right,
but
I was wondering
perception.
about it. If there's, perception is not reality, folks.
But here's what's strange about beautiful women in relationships. Now, like we said, a lot of beauty is tied to youth. And what's kind of creepy is that men prefer more childlike faces in a woman.
Yeah, we're getting really, really creepy, aren't we?
Yeah, that's why the hottest woman we can imagine is a baby in a wig. Look at him.
She's hot. Now, that is kind of, I mean, a lot of guys prefer younger women.
Yes, and it is true that guys also prefer women who look like their mother.
Really?
Kind of Freudian creepiness going on there as well.
Yeah, right here, the Oedipus complex.
Yeah. But you know what kind of creeps me out?
What's
Talking
that?
about Victoria's Secret and beauty and all this.
Mm-hmm.
These beauty pageants.
Ah, yeah, where they get the really young ones up there, like the Jean-Benet Ramsey and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, or Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not trying to be critical, but I mean, there was a reason why Honey Boo Boo's mother was not participating in these pageants.
Well, she's a stage mom, right? She's the one who wanted her daughter to be what she never was.
Yeah, and these moms are crazy.
Oh, yeah, they are. And look, to be an equal opportunity offender, we got guys on the other end of the spectrum. They're usually the sports dads, you know?
Yeah, that's a perfect comparison.
Yep. And they want their sons to be what they never could themselves, but they don't want to say that out loud because then it would make them less manly or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but we all know what's up.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, nowadays, people are doing some downright crazy things for beauty.
Like what?
Like things that don't make sense. Like a trend called eyeball jewelry.
Eyeball jewelry.
Eyeball jewelry.
Are they piercing their eyeballs?
They're having jewels implanted into their eyeballs.
Oh, come on, please.
What the heck is wrong with people?
I have no idea, but we see this. I mean, we get these from more primitive cultures. I mean, people got the rings in their nose. Like the big lips, the dudes do the big lip thing.
Big lips, neck rings that make your neck giraffe-like.
Yeah, or they got the gauges, which is caught on in the Western world,
Yeah,
too.
I think they got those at Hot Topic, man.
Yeah, they put those things in, and then their earlobes are like 3 feet long, and I'm going, come on, that's attractive, isn't it? Are gauges still in for guys?
I hope not.
Yeah, I know. That was kind of a gross little trend there. Yeah, how do you come back from that?
No kidding.
Hey, I need to get my earlobes filled in. I mean, that's going to be like a plastic surgery thing, huh?
It's a nightmare.
It is.
But there was a big trend with gauges where people would sneak up behind someone with gauges with a padlock.
Oh, great.
And they would go and snap it on and then take off running. I mean, can you imagine?
Oh, that is hilarious.
That's pretty rich.
Yeah, so they either have to pull it through or they got to go to a locksmith or they got to saw it off.
I mean, that is mean, but...
Whatever. It doesn't end well, does it?
Nay.
That's hilarious.
How about this new trend?
Uh-huh.
Elven ears.
Elven ears. Is this where you get little pointed ears like
Yes.
Spock or something?
Yes.
Oh, come on, folks.
People are big into elves
Well,
nowadays.
speaking of that, what's her name, Natalie Portman, doesn't she have sort of like pointed ears? Or was that just for Star Wars? We'll put up a picture. You decide. Are these regular size ears or are these just elf ears?
I think you're getting too hung up on the ears.
Well, you could see them a whole lot better when she had no hair.
I knew that's what you were going to say, man.
Oh, and speaking of trends, we talked about this guy before, Parrot Man. You know?
The parrot man.
Yeah, the guy who's had his nose shaped like a beak.
Oh, and I love what you said about
He got
it.
all these tattoos and had his ears taken off.
Yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't lose his vision, has to have glasses. Oh, my gosh, Maggie, the glasses aren't staying up.
And this final trend I got to tell you about.
Yes.
There's a trend going on right now called toe slimming.
Toe slimming?
Yeah, and people are taking it overboard. They don't want chunky toes, so they have these little gaunt toothpick toes.
Well, I mean, how are they getting toothpick toes?
They're getting essentially gastric bypass surgery on their toes.
So they're getting the fat sucked out of their toes.
Yeah.
So it's just the bone.
But you know what it's fighting?
What's it fighting?
It's fighting the growing problem of toe-obesity.
And
Give me that one, man.
I am. And the good side effect is they can climb trees real well.
You've been listening to The Podgoats with Phil and Campbell Valentine. Stream episodes and find out more about the podcast at podgoats.com. Got a question for the goats? Click the Ask Us Anything tab on the website or send a tweet to @podgoats, and your post might be read on the air. Podgoats is produced by ComWorld Media. All rights reserved.
This has been a presentation of ComWorld Media, the future of talk.